Aloha! Welcome back! Another week, another vlog. So this week, one of my last week's classes. Yeah, the end is nigh. I'm looking at my calendar right now, and I have next week, the week after, and the week after that. So yeah, 3 weeks, kind of like 2.5. And I'm basically done all my classes, which is like crazy, and I don't know how it happened. So yeah, it flies. Time really flies by, especially when you are having a great time like I have been. So I guess this week I just wanted to offer some advice for people who are thinking about doing this or are doing it next semester and are like getting ready to go. So for people who are thinking about doing it, do it. Pick a place where you think you will actually be kind of like supplementing what you're learning at your home campus. Don't just pick somewhere because it's fun. I mean, like Hawaii is really fun, but also like I had a purpose for coming here, and I feel like I fulfilled that purpose. Like I feel like I've learned a lot about Indigenous communities, and it's been like amazing for me. My advice for outgoing students is just pick a place that you think will be good for your major, and will actually teach you something important. Or, maybe not even for your major. If you're like an engineering major, like go somewhere like Hawaii, like go learn something a little more humanities-y and like experience like a different population and different culture. I think it's important for everybody to leave home. And so if you're going to college close to home, absolutely go somewhere else. And I think also National Student Exchange like gives you an opportunity to like get out of your comfort zone without like getting too far out of your comfort zone. Like, I mean, Hawaii is really, 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 really different than the East Coast. Culturally, it's really different, but like there's still Targets here and like McDonald's, and so it's like recognizable, like, so it like lets you kind of safely get out of your comfort zone in a way. For students who are getting ready to go away, get excited. When I was getting ready to come to Hawaii, I was like petrified because I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody who was going. I am in a long distance relationship, and I was like, oh my god, time difference, it's gonna be terrible. I'm gonna be so sad all the time. My family, my dogs, my house, my friends, fear of missing out, right? Like all of those things were like swirling around in my mind. And I was like, I'm gonna be out there by myself for 4 whole months. And if you are feeling those anxieties, that is okay. It is okay to feel worried. It's kind of a big deal, but also like don't, like it's gonna be fine. You're gonna make friends, and they're gonna like change your life, and you're going to take classes that are going to change your life, and you're gonna see things you've never seen before, and it's gonna be amazing, and you're gonna wish that it would never end. And like part of that is just figuring that out for yourself. So I guess like a good piece of advice would be to like let yourself feel all of the feelings. Like let yourself feel anxious and feel alone and like be alone, because that's all part of it. And then it's like almost makes it sweeter once you get to the point where you're like, I feel very at home here, and like I have all these friends and whatever. So just like feel all the feelings. And then I would also add to that, like, be extremely open. Like, if somebody says, here, try this local food, try it. Like, even if it's not something that you're super into. Like, if you come to Hawaii and you aren't, like, a seafood person, you have to try the poke. I mean, come on. Like, you can't come here and not try the fish. Like, what? No, you have to. So just be open and, like, say yes to everything. Go everywhere you can. See everything you can see, because you're only going to be there for like 4 months or less, depending on how long the semester is. I was lucky. I got a really long semester for some reason. So those are my big pieces of advice. I would also say pack light, pack things that make you happy. Like, I don't need this, but it makes me happy, so I brought it. I would say read a lot about the place. One of the best things that I think I did was, like, my dad came with me to move me in, because, I don't know, he was able to, and I understand that, like, most people, like, their families can't come help move them in, but we rented a car and he basically took me all around the island. And so right from the get-go, I felt like I knew the island, I'd been to all these places, I'd seen everything. Like, when people were, like, talking about YPO Valley, I knew exactly what they were talking about, and that was great. So even if your parent doesn't go with you, or, like, a sibling or a guardian or whatever doesn't go with you, like, my advice is to spend the very early days there, wherever you go, exploring. Like, go to as many places as you can, like, do your research, read up about it, and just, like, really get into it. I think just, like, the best thing you can do is just, like, be in it as much as possible. And then this is a weird piece of advice, but I was on the phone with my friend the other day, and she spent her last semester in India. And so she was talking about, she was like, oh, you know, like, you only have a little bit left. How are you feeling? You doing okay? And I'm like, yeah. And we got to talking about how there's, like, a lot of pressure. This is gonna sound really contradictory, but there's a lot of pressure when you're on exchange to, like, get your money's worth, right? Like, do everything all the time, like, be doing everything all the time. And, like, at the end of the day, like, with National Student Exchange, you are in school and, like, doing homework, and you still need to take care of yourself the same way that you would if you were home. So, like, it's so hard to be like, I'm allowed to rest, and, like, I'm allowed to just, like, veg out and watch Netflix, because otherwise you're, like, beating up on yourself for, like, taking time for yourself, if that's what you want to do. And I mean, like, for me, like, going to the beach is really awesome and it's very relaxing, but also, like, I have to, like, bike there, and, you know, it's just, like, a lot of effort, and sometimes I just want to sit in my room and play The Sims 3, and like, that's fine. Like, you know, after I do my homework, whatever. So do as much as you can, be open to new opportunities. I would say that, like, if you have an opportunity to do something crazy and you choose, like, watching TV over that, like, maybe don't do that, but, like, take care of yourself, because, you know, in college we're kind of, like, alone, like, we're on our own, so you're your biggest advocate, you're your biggest, like, caretaker, so just take care of yourself, and call home, call your friends. They will make you feel really happy. I know my friends that I, like, didn't even realize would miss me, or, like, oh my god, I miss you so much, like, wish you were here. And, like, I don't know, maybe this is, like, really egotistic, but, like, that makes me feel a little better that, like, people miss me and haven't, like, forgotten me. I don't know. So yeah, keep in touch with people. I like writing letters and postcards. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I can't believe I'm, like, at the end looking back. Like, it's literally mind-blowing that I'm done, almost. But I don't want to leave. So enjoy yours. Like, have a great time. It's gonna be incredible, and you are never gonna forget this period of your life. You're really lucky to be able to spend a semester away from your school. Not everybody gets to do that. So, like, take it as an opportunity to learn so much. Like, don't forget to learn and, like, be curious. And, yeah. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this whole semester. If you've watched any of my other videos, yeah, aloha.
See, so don't stop me now. Don't stop me, 'cause I'm having a good time, having a good time.